is you want to buy a car. You've seen the car on OLX. You love the car. It's a perfect color. It's a perfect brand. It's the ideal model. And this guy tells you, please pay 5,000 naira for me to bring the car to you. And our advice is please, please, please never transfer money before you see the item. If that seller is legitimate, they will bring the car to a mutually convenient place. So our key warning is at the point of communication, on the point of exchange, just anybody who tells you to transfer money before you see the item, just say no, thank you. There's been tons of successful trades on OLX, so we know the platform works. I personally have sold several items. I sold my generator.
Oh, wow.
And I sold my
phone as well.
Yes, yes. So you can really sell a wide range of goods as long as you do it in a safe
Let's look at when you sold your phone. Tell me
Yeah.
the experience. How long did it take you before somebody called and said, hey, madam, I want to buy that
It
phone?
was literally 15 minutes.
15?
15 minutes.
You put it on there,
Yes.
and within 15 minutes, you got a caller
Yes.
saying, oh, I love that.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Literally 15 minutes.
What about the generator, though?
Generator took a little bit longer. The generator took, for the very first call, I think was about within a week, was when the first call came in. And the reason for that makes sense, right? Phones are items that are sold just much more quickly, right? The volume of trade around smartphone devices is much higher than items like generators. But the point is, you will most likely get a call. You most likely get a potential buyer for whatever item that you're looking for.
So when you said it took longer, how long was it for the generator? Was it a day, couple of days?
Right, so it took a week to get the call as opposed to 15 minutes with the phone for the initial call.
Yeah.
And the first person who called, for some reason, I just did not follow up, did not feel comfortable, but several calls kept coming through. And I eventually sold it to a couple in Lekki that had just gotten engaged and were trying to set up their new apartment for when they get married, right? So it was just a beautiful, touching story. And I thought, you know what, this is the right person for me to sell the generator.
So you can actually choose who will buy it off you. So
Similar to anything you are looking to sell, right? You can choose who your potential buyer is.
But normally you don't set up a market and say, no, please don't come in here. I'd rather a couple come in and buy this. But in this case, you can be sentimental because it's a personal possession, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay, now what classified advertising is relatively new in Nigeria.
Yes.
So what are you doing to build the confidence of both the buyer and the seller?
Yes. We're doing a lot to educate users. The primary thing that we focus on is creating value for both the buyer and the seller. So we want to make sure that when you have those items to sell, that they actually get sold quickly, in a convenient way, and in an easy way. And for the buyers as well, that when you're looking for whatever it is, right, the next car, furniture for your new apartment, whatever it may be, that you have a range of items to choose from, and that the transaction occurs in a way that makes sense and in a safe type context. We have a variety of channels to educate users. We actually currently host a radio show. It's on 3 radio stations right now. It's on Wazobia at 12 noon every Monday. It's on Cool FM at 2 p.m. every Tuesday. And we're also on Star FM on Thursdays. It's a live show, and it's a way for our users to interact with us, ask questions that you may have, share your experiences with us, positive or otherwise. We're willing to learn from that feedback and let us know, right? And ask any questions you may have or you may want to clarify with OLX. We provide that channel to reach us.
Okay.
We also have a number that users can call us directly, right? So we try to put a face to the business. Most people often think, internet businesses are out in the cloud somewhere. Who is behind these businesses? Are they actually real? Are they here? We're physically here. We have a large team here. And by calling 0700 call OLX, So that's 0700, call OLX, which is 2255659. You're able to reach one of our customer support representatives that can guide you through the process.
So if there's any complaints
any questions, you can reach us through that phone line.
Okay, thank you very much. We're just about to close, but just before we do that, I'll mention this. Someone online says, Olusegun Agbola says, my wife got all her nail studio equipment on OLX.
Yay.
OLX is just the bomb, he said.
Thanks for sharing
So,
that.
as we wind this down, what advice do you have for Nigerians who are using OLX for the first time?
So for those using OLX for the very first time, first of all, we're glad you're trying it out, because that's the first step. But we also want to emphasize that for posting an ad, you make sure the ad meets certain criteria, because we realize that certain types of ads are more likely to get calls if the quality is high. So take the actual picture of the item itself. Please don't use stock pictures from the website. Take multiple pictures to post. Have a long description about the item itself, right? Why you're selling it, if it's in perfect condition or not. Feel free to be very transparent. Include your phone number for us to contact you.
Okay.
And when the transaction actually happens, please be safe. Do it in a public place. And don't pay money before seeing the item
service.
from the
Thank you
buyer.
very
Thank you
much.
so much for coming on this
Thanks
morning. We've
again
been
for
speaking
having
with
me.
the country manager for OLX, Lola Masha. Thank you so much for coming again.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, we'll take the final break and Sunrise will be back.